Pathetic.
And 100 Thieves have only ever played it 9 times in the entire
like 2 years ago.
roster, of course. KO, again, we have to keep an eye out because that is what they went for the last time. They did this
Literally
also,
like 2 years ago.
Okay, this is things are still going the way we're expecting, I guess.
I think so.
Yeah,
the fact that we see Hiko going Viper, I think tells us that we are exactly expecting what is about to come out in Astra Viper and potentially the KO. I would be shocked to see that.
And now look at it.
It does have some value. We saw a lot I in NA.
And now look at it. He can barely use the arm. It was all worth it. I know, I remember. I lived here.
Oh, I'm already loving this. Oh, this is perfect. I mean, they have to go for their comfort picks here. This is the big one. You need to go for what you're most comfortable with. The thing that makes 100 Thieves different is, of course, the KO. You can prepare against a lot of comps, but you always have to prepare specifically for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, but the other thing is true too. 100 Thieves has to prepare specifically for other opponents if they're playing KO. We saw that on Ascent when Sean broke it down, how difficult it was to get that knife to get any value whatsoever. Sure, he was getting the information early on, but actually disabling things is a different story.
And they were looking onto Nats. So take care.
What do you mean you break bones? How would it reset
That's
the
going to be
muscles?
exciting. Well, this is it. A win from either teams will book them a place at playoffs. Doug and Riv, let's see who's coming out on top, NA or EU.
Yeah, all those tendons that you don't use or didn't use for a long time.
Who's
and
going to
then
get
PT.
the early ticket
What?
to the playoff bracket? And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. We're going to be heading over to Split. And I think one of the things that's interesting to talk
You
about
work
as
out
the
the
Devs
muscles.
touched on compositions is they're right. Steal on
That
the
was
KO.
you.
There's some instances in which you get value.
When
Yes,
it's
you're
broken,
going against
like
the
yours?
Cypher again. And
I mean, I would've
you know,
went to
what
PT.
Snap's going to be able to do as he
So,
tries to anchor a slot
PT,
with a knife in
I
his
would have
face,
had full
but that
function
wasn't
at this
the problem,
point.
was it?
And before we came into this, no, it wasn't. And
If
before
I
we came
fart
into
right
this,
now,
I
I
said this
fart
is
right
Matt
on your
Nikita.
cat.
You know, pull your
I won't
guns
mean
apart,
to,
expose
but
a lot
like
of
if it
things,
rips,
and
Let it rip,
great
dude.
for the other team.
it'll
Fart?
be right on the back of his head.
Will it be in his mouth?
No, right on the back of his head, like his neck.
I mean, it'll probably, like, it's gas, right?
He's
So
literally tucked
Enemy is
against
taking the
my
B-side, your low on
area.
util.
You're,
The best way
He's-
to take it
it's
back
the
is to
warmest
dive
part of the
right
body.
in. It becomes so dangerous, and you're forced into that position all the time. So
So I gotta
anybody
hold
starts
in
running
anything that
away
wants to
with
come out.
split, it's tough to come back.
Clear out a ton of space. Really, Shadow's Trailblazer did. Like, it cleared out mid, cleared out
been
ropes,
consuming
got
a lot
all
of
the way down
liquid,
there.
so-
Steel did reposition.
Paul Bladder.
I
thought I peed a lot.
He's there, and he's got the shorty. By God.
oh yeah, that's the best shorty in the fucking game right there.
I think
Yes.
it's dope actually. That's Metro.
This is
It looks so sick.
He stayed 0 point to check. Oh, still there. Yep, that's exactly.
He's in
what
a
I saw. He
very
also heard two
sad
footsteps on
spot
the exit.
though.
So
Why? It's the best spot for a shorty.
Give himself a
Yeah.
But if one jumps and the other one peeks, he's not even gonna get one probably.
True.
Whoa.
Quiet
Sorry.
opening round.
That's weird.
Here from Gambit. Austin is going
Good
in
pull.
aggressive. Great Astra Star. Austin
Good dash.
able to clear up
Oh yeah.
Chronicle. And now they
Oh, this is
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be hard.
Oh yeah.
They're going to come right back into
Oh,
steal
yeah.
the shorty. Good for one.
Value.
With the flash in his face, but that's all it was good for. They cleared him out. Now you've got presence to understand, right? Like they could be heading
Best
back
they could've
towards
gone,
A
really.
through ropes, or they could be pulling
Yeah.
back.
With a flash like
Tricky
that.
spot
man.
to be in, and that's why you see 100 Thieves. They're just playing back, right? Like they're gonna play back towards spawn, give up a little bit of retail, and that's fine because you're still gonna be in a position to retake if possible.
Defo feeling a little pressure. I like the cam. They're going to have to turn around and
Stun
look at it,
push.
but it's just knowing
They
who's
had
coming
the
to the
suck
site.
up.
Another gravity well.
Huge.
Beautiful by
10
Nitro.
seconds.
Just slow everything down right now. Still in astral form, protected by 2.
And now he's done.
Defo is able to get the
Dude,
spike
I
off.
think they're gonna win.
Swings around with 2. They
And
get
they got
the
defense here
last
on
kill that they
Splitty.
need. They are going to be able to get the defuse
Splitty
as well.
titty.
100 Thieves win the pistol.
Coming back from an 11-3,
100 get to
winning the
rely
map,
on the last 2 maps
keeping yourself
of how
in,
Gambit
you are.
plays attack.
The jet lag isn't
On
stopping
mid,
you at that
on the
point.
attack side every time.
Like it
When
was
this
when it was
round
11-3,
when
like
they're
jet lag was
aggressive,
really
when
messing
they're
them up.
flanking, 100 Thieves
Then,
a little bit better read on it. Awesome.
you just
with
erase
the
it.
Snap. Good thing he was in the range before the play.
Yeah, good thing. And again, we talked about the shorty,
Thank
right?
you.
And how like impactful it could have been.
saying thank
He
you.
did get
This is a
his. He got one on the way out.
You're
But you
welcome.
highlighted Nitro's utilization of his grab.
Probably one of the better matches of the tournament right here.
2 key moments, right?
True.
The first one didn't
Absolutely.
lead to kills, but it led to a denial of space. The second
Does the
one
winner of
did,
this
and that
play
provided
Sentinels?
So much bang for buck.
Oh shit.
Sentinels
See how they
plays
play this.
F4Q.
No, I don't mean.
Stars
Oh
set up,
wait, they still got
Caterpillar on
Sentinels
the
still has to go
grenade,
through their
make
group.
quite
Yeah.
difficult for
I'm
the
just
side
curious
to
how
get
it
if they
determines
decide
who
to
plays
engage.
who
You can see Nitro
out of
taken
group.
out by screens.
No
It's
idea.
good. Space is being taken in mid, and that's about all they need until Asuna fires back.
It was another one. There was another gravity well that Asuna swung off of and was able to get a kill. And yes, Gambit don't have much as far as firepower to fight back with, but we highlight a Nitro and his
they're
excellent
okay.
utilization of his util. That's 2 rounds
They're a little
in
too
row now where it's
comfortable.
been impactful.
100 Thieves
Like,
gaining info on the
I
right
feel like the
side.
couch stream's a little
Saw
too
Ethan
cozy.
able to use
If you wanted to do a
little bit
couch
of
like
that
watch,
Astra
like
smoke for
if I'm gonna do
assistance.
watch parties for the
Now
rest of my life,
realizes they've got some
which is possible here
trickery going
because
on around them, and they back up to regain.
I'm like truly out of content. So
Gambit should be able to get. I was gonna say they should be able to get.
like I might need to make a watch party room.
And they do, so they are able to get onto site.
I should just make a watch party room.
That's what I've been saying.
Like this is
Chronicle gets a spec
is the easiest content of my life.
The weapons that you've got
Why not make
working
it the best content of my
Thieves,
life?
You want to get in their face, right? You've got Spectres. You want to take that fight.
All I do is
in
play
the labs
freaking
and
Valorant and
remove the
survival
benefit
games all day.
that the Sheriff has as far
Nobody
as distance
cares.
goes over the Spectre.
But this,
Flash out.
Yeah, you're right. You really
Shade
fell
out
off.
too.
like this,
Chronicles left alone. He gets cleaned up.
Damn.
He goes good
You,
for
like,
2. Nitro
really
gets
fell
infused.
off.
100 Thieves get to
yeah.
2.
Not too much damage done for the Thieves. Asuna's going to be
Sucks.
focused 2 away from his ult point now, which will be a big focus for them.
It like really
controlling some of these
sucks. Like,
rounds.
can I get a couple Twitch
We'll
primes
see
maybe to
a few Phantoms
make me
or
feel a little bit
Phantoms
better?
coming in for 100 Thieves as
Oh yeah,
well.
make sure to follow him on Twitter too.
Yeah, Twitter's important. There's a lot of clips on Twitter that are monetized. Make sure you go check them out.
But this is the first time they've really
important.
been snuffed out at the start of a map. And we'll see if 100 Thieves can keep this going.
Yeah, Riv, I think you make a really good point there.
I don't know
The
what
last
that
2
word
maps
means.
have
They'll
been
go.
Gambit early on. Gambit looked
Yeah,
good.
they'll go
Gambit
and
get a
watch.
lead. They've got money. They've got like a huge gap as far as rounds go. But this is really the first time that we see
Thank you guys for the primes.
And look at the play here.
I'm really
39
struggling
you see 15
once again.
set there for
True.
Ethan.
You
Oh,
actually-
the guy gifted a couple of them.
Al-Qaid, thank you.
All right, if we lose this
Like I
bonus,
said,
we're not
dude,
gonna
you
buy
really
it.
fell off.
So-
Thank Gibbs. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you.
You should do that more often.
Yeah, like pretend like I'm really lost.
Oh, another one.
Yeah.
Waiting for a flash, so you see him
Thank
just
you.
turn it real quick. They're expecting everything.
Thank you.
So many
Thank you.
things they process these
What are
duelists
their
as they
names?
dive in and have to
I don't know what their
dodge
names
around
are.
You
each
think
bit of
surely nobody gets
environment
100,
until
right?
Nah, nobody gets 100. No way.
Asuna on the flank.
He's in a great spot.
He's
They're going to try
pushing
to
the
work in.
envelope a little bit.
Asuna's on the flank. There he is. One,
Does he have
two.
one
No,
envelope?
not able to get a third. The Vandal from Shados
money.
is able to take care of him.
Oh.
But they try to get on despite. He goes flanking around.
I like the little
Nats was
noise.
in his face. Nats good for a second. He still has to get the spike down, though. Nitro in that 1v2. He's flanking around. And remember, this is a Spectre, right? He's only got a Spectre going into a Vandal.
100 Thieves to
and a
row.
Phantom. He's been so good on Astra up until this point. Now, mind you, it's only been 3 rounds, but he's been pretty damn good up until this point. But can he
Oh,
again?
20.
Nitro
The economy of Gambit. No, he's
20
not. 100
gifted?
Thieves. Drop the round.
for
Gambit.
September.
Dude, that noise is probably so loud for them.
Asuna with that defuse.
I don't know how to
This
turn it
round,
off or
but
down.
Gambit says, no, we'll
Turn
take
it
the
up.
win overall. They're
Honestly,
gonna be
it's
feeling
okay,
very good
'cause that's the
about
sound
that.
of money,
They did
baby.
not fall to the bonus
That's the
of
sound of
100
money,
Thieves. We heard
you know?
Gambit down on the stage
You are
cheering it out
struggling.
right there. Naps
Bad.
with a few pivotal kills
fell
here
off.
before
Off.
he was able to get the spike
Way
down. And Gambit's definitely got the momentum
like
to
this
keep
ad-lib
this
you're
going.
adding
If
in.
you were questioning.
Justin's commentary.
Right now,
It's good.
how Gambit responds.
Dude, if anybody were to
He
gift
won
you a
that
bunch of
round, he was
subs,
supposed
they
to
should
win
do
that
it
round.
now.
They've tried working the
Otherwise,
middle
if
of
they're
the
gonna do
map
it
a
later,
lot,
they're
they've used
losing
Sky
money.
Util, but 100 Thieves are doing
That's
the
just
same. This
not
is now
worth
the
it.
second time that they lean heavy in
I
aggression
thought you
and
gifted
denial of
something.
space
Thank
towards
you.
A right
Thank
off the
you,
bat to farm those
Forcible
ultimates
Cow.
to get even
It's so
one
hard
step
to
closer
read.
that secret.
It's actually so hard to read.
3 ultimates
Like
as well
Chatterino,
on
at
deck
least
for Gambit
like
here. Defo
scrolls
found a sheriff
smoothly,
shot, and
but just like the
Mid's
basic
always a
pop out
place
chat
you can
is
get a little bit of
I don't know,
aggression
just
towards.
hard.
You're using a bit of timing around 1 minute and 20 seconds.
You could give Chatterino.
That was good.
The answer is yes. Is it a double drop? Getting antsy.
Can't even tell the
Flat on the
difference.
turn.
Wow.
Shados
Game
is able to get
Dude,
2
game
though
it.
on
Shit, I heard her
Asuna
playing.
and
Yeah.
Huge.
And that, I mean, Shados, they still have control of
Yeah,
Gambit,
Redgar
right? Like,
Redgar is
that's
gonna have a
just
lot of
they're gonna get
issues
the
later on in
secrets out
life.
2
What?
out of
Look at
Shados,
his
and that's gonna give him
posture.
so much room to work
He's
with.
playing like
I mean, the thing, like Gambit, they almost
he's
have
playing
too many
like
options
this.
right now, right?
Yeah, what's going
Spike's
on?
gonna have to
Like,
rotate
literally,
all
that's
the way
gonna
back towards
fuck
B.
him
You've got
up.
presence that
Why is
way
he
from
doing
Shados and from
Oh, he
Redgar.
built diff maybe.
Hurts me looking at it.
For now.
Was that a pullback? I think Nitro
Your
actually
neck and
just
your bag
fired
is
those
just
stars, and actually sorry, that
spinal
was Redguard to
dislocation.
make sure the site was going to be clear, and then he got one back. You can see it as a smoke
Bitch,
there.
prime.
Nats. He can
Rock.
slowly, great positioning, great aim
Is
as he
it
takes
Nats
down
or
Ethan.
Stan, you think?
And that is going to be the uplink to make sure they know exactly where the rest of 100 Thieves are.
Or a Tans, maybe.
Remaining members
Capital A. Jeez.
of 100 Thieves now. I mean, they've got some trouble in front of them. They haven't gotten onto the site
Be
though, so they haven't
ants.
taken down yet, but they should be able to do so. Hiko's gonna get messed up. The spike does go down. Nitro's playing from up top. Hiko's just down to 30 health, and Nitro's been spotted as well. So at this point, yeah, you just kind of back up, save. It doesn't feel good. You're not gonna be able to work your way in, carry those weapons into the next round. So Gambit are going to be able to tie us up at 2 apiece. I think one thing that we have to keep an eye on, Riv, is one of the players that we highlighted so much on this Gambit roster leading up to this tournament was Nats.
Keeps your what?
By and large,
What was that?
What's it called?
it hasn't
Esophagus?
been pop
Keeps
off.
my
It hasn't had-
esophagus
He hasn't had his crazy moments, but the
fueled,
start to split
fired,
so far
ready.
has been all Nats.
So when a
And
real
if he
throw
gets
happens,
going, 100 Thieves would be
I'm good to
I think
go.
one of my favorite things that came out of stage 3 for Nats was something Tom Biz says, and that he, for stage 3, and you can still see this in him.
How does he
is
with
that he knows the
Rengar?
king of positioning, and what does that mean? And he kind of described it as putting yourself in a spot where your opponent's going to have to do something.
I wonder if they're ever going to change the
But
spike
I absolutely
explosion.
love that. And you do
do you
see
mean?
that play
Like
style
different
in
for
Nats
different
and how
maps or
strong
something,
he
or
is.
theme it,
Shados-
you know?
Shados as
Or you
well,
could
just
buy, like,
absolutely
explosion
obliterating
packs.
what should have been a
Oh.
1v3
You can get like
trade.
different colors.
So if
That's
you're the
what
one
makes
that
Gambit
plans,
special.
You get like a
When
cool
you
like.
see them turn a corner
okay.
and they
Hey, thank you.
continuously wow you with these 2
Arusen.
frags that should
Racer,
only
thank
be
you, man.
a quick trade.
Racer.
That's a lot
you
more
call
product through the
Racer.
first map and
Thank you,
the first
Racer.
half of
Can't even
Xbox.
get their
You're all
names
tied up
right.
at round
And
hard
five.
to read.
They're just
See
still
how we get into this one.
That'd be cool, though.
filling your
for
pockets.
Thieves.
My pockets need
But
filling.
do
They are
change their
empty.
approach, right? Like, it's this
Literally,
slight difference. They have
like
aggressive
California out
A
here
the
to
last
drought.
couple rounds. This time they're working mid. Asuna gets Blade
Actually,
Storm
we just had
online,
rain.
but
We
Ethan's
did have rain, but it
already
was like
been popped.
2 minutes of it.
Well,
No
Kinda like what's happening right here.
yeah, right
Try to
here. This is
continue
our
to work
range.
the middle of the map, and again, as you mentioned in the previous round,
It's
Riv,
raining,
they've
but
been
you
working
need
mid,
more drip.
Right? Like
Yeah.
they've been able to
Yeah.
get some space. They've been able to work
I
their
need
way
a lot
up,
of
and
drip.
kills have been traded.
Ooh.
Yes,
Nico.
that has not
Oh.
been safe though.
Great trade. This is what they look for. Chronicle gonna Viper bite down, and it looks like they control.
cool
the
idea,
advance.
though.
The team
Yeah.
starts
A
to
pack
rotate
for the
all the way back
explosion.
over.
They could
Looks
farm
like they
money.
picked up
That's
the
a
Viper
really,
guard
really good
on the way
idea.
in.
Nitro has a weapon upgrade. Oh, but Defo's smart.
If they
Flies
do
through.
that, are you
Defo's
gonna
in
take
trouble.
credit?
I feel like they should partner with
me.
Thank you. They should partner with me and like make a collab skin maybe.
Not gonna get anything with that Blade Storm as Redgar
Just a
pulls
thought.
him out of the sky to give
A
Gambit
racer
the lead.
again.
Eraser.
Chronicle waking
Thank
up a
you.
little bit. He's definitely one of the ones.
Oh, they're
you
only
can see
tier 1s.
with the frags coming through. they consider him a bit of the soul of the team. You know, he loves to be playing a variety of champions here. We see Chronicle.
That'd be
on the
cool if they did
Viper.
that, more
He is
content stuff.
Absolutely holding it down.
Like what?
Like if you had your
That
like
first trade and then the move
like
to put himself
Shroud
on the
Phantom,
catwalk,
you know,
it
or whatever.
absolutely throws
Yeah.
100 Thieves
That'd be
for a
sick.
loop as he just continues to play
Oh,
different
he's freaking
angles.
out.
Woo! Feeling, I felt that through the screen. Let's go into round
Hopefully they do
6
something
here.
in the future.
It is going to be
I
the
feel like
operator
since
picked
the
up
dude
by
was dead,
Asuna.
right, they'll probably
Full
do with
rifles for the
somebody.
side of Gambit.
And again, middle of the map control,
I
right?
don't know.
Like they
I
felt
don't
that
think
that was
so.
a weakness in the early
Well, did you
rounds.
see
Now
that?
they're willing to
Yeah, they
invest. They're
fixed
willing
it.
to apply pressure there. They
We-
No,
previous
was it?
round was a Blade
We
Storm.
were just saying
This
that,
time
like,
it's the
this
op.
collaboration.
Great setup, great
you know,
adaptation
can, like,
from 100
you know,
Thieves.
make for more collaboration
Hmm.
in the future.
Steel getting pushed out with the smoke.
Oh.
He's staring at a star
Thank
right
you.
now. Asuna
Thank
fires
you.
one. Defo goes down. That's a big and pivotal frag
That'd
to
be
start
cool,
off the
though.
round.
I wish. No, never mind.
Looks like they're all just playing
Agent
on
skins
sound
would
right
never
now.
work.
You can hear quite a bit of
No.
rotation.
Fuck everything
Ethan
up.
and Steel
Yeah.
back and forth before they decide nothing else has
would.
been calmed yet,
Yeah,
and
he's
they'll go
not
back to a
really-
reset.
I
So
disagree.
Steel,
I think it would mess it all up.
I think
spot
team
to make
skins would
money
work.
Team skins.
yeah.
Are cool. So like guns? I meant like
It was dicey, but he
Yeah,
landed
team
nice
skins,
shots.
though,
Yeah.
for
I meant
guns.
for characters.
I don't think
Able to
so.
clean up
that could be
Shados
cool
there.
too.
The spike is rotating,
If
taking
they
the seed
did it
crowd
like
all the way
well,
back.
You
to
know,
the
it all has
They have gotten
outlines,
some
so
room,
it's
but
not that
Asuna's
big a deal.
repositioned. He was across the middle of the
That's
map
true.
early on. Now he's working his way back. You have to keep an eye on Nats, so as he's working the middle of the map as well. They've
They do
got to
now,
pull off. Asuna
but-
tries to get away. Excellent gravity well.
the
Asuna missing
outlines
the
are
first
actually
shot, but he
pretty-
lands the shots with the classic. Gets cleaned up on the way out. A parting gift, if you will, as Nitro drops as well.
They blend in too much
Ethan?
background.
In this game, you just
Redgar in a 1v3.
Ethan's on
Ethan
one.
lands the shots. We're tied up at 3.
in this game you see more outline than actual
It does
model.
not seem the same
So-
for
That's
both teams.
Like, you
There's
literally see the
definitely
outline
wear and
first.
tear that happens after 3 maps, and it's getting a little bit sloppier on the takes, on the angle checks,
Yeah, he's
and what
in there.
utility is still being used to take
Yeah,
these
if I
sites.
fart,
Both teams
he
gaining
feels it.
advantage off of bits here and there. A great play with the 0 point into
I think it'd be
Asuna's
cool
first
to,
offshot there. Steel bringing the recoil back down after the calibration.
Obviously not
shots
paid
come
for,
out,
but
and they are able to capitalize on that.
be able
round
to
once again.
change
Like you
the
said, tied up
color
at 3 and 3
of your HUD.
very much still in either team's hands here.
See at the bottom,
On our third
how it's all
map.
white and everything. The health is white. It'd be cool. Like in Counter-Strike, you can make it any color. You can make it blue, you can make it red.
Right? Like, They're gonna make presence towards A. They draw out the Seekers, but look at where the spike's headed. And it's smart. I mean, Hiko.
That'd be cool.
Kind
So
of
if you have
honest to what's
so if you have the
going on,
spike,
right?
the
They're
spike's
gonna
red,
invest
but the rest of
that.
your
He's
inventory is
still
like
leaning
blue
that way.
or
They're
something,
starting to
or
play
white
all
or
of the
whatever.
knife. It doesn't tag anyone, so they know there's no presence towards A.
Good idea.
Deep Viper's Pit coming out from Chronicle. Look at that. That's covering half spawn.
I love these mind games right now. Abilities across the map. 100 Thieves finally
I think we should
figuring out
change when
what
the
is
clock's
the
low.
true execution,
Like,
and they'll try
I
to
play on
retake
100%
on B.
digital vibrance,
And they
and
have
literally,
no
if
presence
it's a
in
red
garage,
on the
right? So
timer,
they're
I
gonna
can't
be
see
able
what
to
number
huddle
it is.
back. They
It's
still
like
have
so hard.
control
I mean, you
of
should be able to
the
change it
defender's spawn.
yourself,
They
I
have
think.
control
Well,
of
like, in
garage
the
as well.
game?
They
Yeah, I
just
think
have
that
so
should be
much
a setting
presence,
you
and
change.
it forces 100 Thieves into a position where they're gonna have to fight their way
I see what
through
you're
what's
saying.
going on. Chronicle. Oh my gosh, the swing from Ethan.
Oh.
But Defo's judge of all
Nico.
things gets the kill on his steal. Nat's playing around. No, he's gonna get cleaned up. Redgar in a 1v3. Ethan on the defuse.
Oh, he can't
at
win
least
it.
gets in
Oh!
there.
Oh my god.
Oh my he's gonna have to push
He
it.
wasn't
Nitro
crouched.
has to stick it. Nitro
Oh,
wins
Nitro.
the
He got it.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I cannot believe how close these rounds are just coming
Crazy.
down to the
shit.
1v1s, but they're instant. Like I said before, we're not
feel like that
seeing
plant
as
in
many
ranked
of the
never
trades,
works.
as many as the capitalization.
These people are
2 frags and 3 frags.
Moving so
It
quick
is
that they're
up to
in that
everyone
heaven
in this
retake
game. You
so
can't give
fast.
an inch. And it is awesome to
Like
see
in pro
all
play,
four
everybody kind of
teams
chills and
here.
converges together, so you can plant
Another
there.
round coming up.
But in
Redgar,
ranks, you never can plant
absolute
there.
Stellar play in this round. Hides himself, but cannot get the final shot on a healthy Nitro.
Crispy.
Got a full belly of
Crispy,
blanking
yeah.
and
From both sides.
And he took a nap.
Gambit, like they just, I could talk about that round for a really long time, but we have entered
Still damn
the
good.
8th round. It's still good weapons the majority of the way. Chronicle, the one exception is he's got nothing but a Bulldog, Defo on light armor, but you see the op in the hands of Asuna holding down Garage, and there is going to be a bit of a peek. Ooh!
Look, Hiko threw his ult down mid. They zero-pointed immediately to make sure nobody could even walk into Hiko's ult. He owns that area now. Full agency as well as an Astra Star if he does have any trouble.
Well, and so the interesting thing is, like, early on in rounds,
Was
they
Matt,
have worked mid, but
doing
that
the
hasn't been a
ALDS?
rotation point for them, right? Like, think about how they've had to flip the map. They've gone through spawn.
they were
haven't
first place
really
yesterday.
worked mid
Really?
a ton.
I
So this is
wanna-
valuable
sick.
early on, but
I
I
like
just
their
question how
name.
much
It said
room you're
Simon
going to get
Thieves.
in the mid-round calls, in the late-round calls. And
And
look,
everybody else's name
now,
also
they
said
know that the Viper's Pit is
Simon
obviously there, but
Thieves. But
honestly,
they're
it's no
polite.
different from
They're
how
just
they've
trying to eat.
rotated from B to A and vice versa.
Fake
Apex
from
players
B.
trying to
You can
eat
see Redgar
sandwiches.
throwing smokes down, pushing back
All
Asuna to
smoke
find
is
a
good
different
by Redgar.
position, and he's going to get Asuna pushed all the way back. Do they decide to go on A now? Because 100 Thieves has not bit to a rotation.
Oh! Redgar's able to land the shots onto Asuna. Ethan's going to get cleaned up as well. Damn, Nitro. Gonna have to anchor down the site. Nitro goes for 2,
Nicholas.
buys time, but Chronicle trades him out.
Hiko?
Hiko.
You
On
didn't give
top
an
of
F.
heaven. Steel's gonna be playing around as well.
Oh
Hiko
my
cleans that up. Steel's gonna be flanking
Okay,
around.
so
So
good.
the spike is down. This is a brutal spot for Redgar. He's got the op that he picked up off of
Where's
Asuna.
Redgar?
He's gonna trade it out. My gosh, he's going for the
You
win.
can't win this. It's literally
Drop down.
impossible.
Waiting to see where
With
he
his
finds. Still
posture,
playing off site.
anything.
The flash is there, but he flashed Hiko as well. Drops things down to a 1v1.
No,
But for a
not
second, but
po-
he's
it's
gonna
not
have the time.
possible.
That's
You get
gonna be
it?
just.
Yeah, he got it, but he's just gonna.
Wait.
Does get the
No.
spike down.
Oh,
Right
Are you
no.
kidding?
He's got you
Just
too.
peek him,
Surely
man.
he's
He'll
got
just
the
outplayed
too, but
himself.
surely he doesn't use it in this instance. You're right, no armor.
That's weird.
Steal.
Steel's gonna lose this.
Waiting for time.
Oh,
Steal
okay.
wins the
Nice.
shots for 100 Thieves.
Oh,
I feel like I'm
Knife's
just
edge rip,
jinxing everything.
Knife's edge.
Everything you say.
Everything I say just happens opposite.
Honestly,
Like he's not gonna win
go
this. He drinks.
either
Steel's gonna
way.
lose this.
They set the dance floor up, and 100 Thieves will tap dance another win into their favor on this one.
still
Steel
in first place
backing up,
after game 2.
backing up to have the wide range angle. He didn't want to push forward. He didn't want to get flanked from elbow. Knew they were in sight near screens, and just waited for the peak on both sides. And it was really anybody's shot. 5-3 now as we move into round
wear makeup.
9. I think Gambit was completely ready to see no
Did you do
one
it?
in A.
Did you teach me how to
With
do
the way that Redgar had moved in and dropped
do my
Asuna,
makeup?
100 Thieves felt
I don't need
completely
much, just
fine,
maybe a little,
thinking that
you know?
that was just one down, and Gambit ran right into a wall of Thieves.
Well, I don't need any, but I want it. I want it.
Rifles across the board. Both teams early flash.
Nothing with the eyes though.
Interesting to see
I'm scared of
both
eye
teams-
stuff.
Oftentimes you'll see teams
As
fight
great
for
as the
the
eyeliner
ball,
looks,
right? They
terrified.
invest a lot of utility to fight for that
You look
space.
really
It's
good
actually
in
been the
eyeliner.
opposite.
You've
at
never
least in
seen me
this
in
map.
eyeliner. Nobody
Both
has.
teams
You're
have
not
fought
wearing
for a
eyeliner?
lobby
Oh.
control very heavily.
Oh.
My bad. All good.
Believe Nitro just pulled back some stars.
Kiss
We
him.
saw one disappear from mid. And it looks like they are getting the Astros reset on both sides here, as you can see them disappear from the mini-map. So the ground Gambit has wanted to gain here, pretty efficient and see if they can grab any advantage off of this one. Slow play, usually finding Steel down here, and they'll waste, not waste, but use, I should say, a flash on it.
I mean, they've made noise, right? Like, Defo's thunderfooting down there. Everyone knows where he is, so there's no question about it. And you see Ethan is pulled over to help, right? Because for a while, they didn't have a ton of visibility of what was happening on A ramps. They knew they didn't have mid control as well. Now they're going to bust out the Seekers to apply pressure towards A. The spike is that way as well. That's certainly where they want to make this hit. Austin's got to go big here because they're
Fun to watch when a match is actually interesting.
Ooh, kind of dividing.
I feel like a lot of the
sides.
matches
Little
have been kind of
trickery
lame.
Here. They haven't shown too much, and this could be big.
Oh my goodness. That kind of sucks for them because the flash popped behind him.
I don't want to say it's
That's a bad
entirely
flash,
lost, but
ammo.
this late in the round, you're at a heavy numbers disadvantage. You haven't
So
really
deep.
gotten
I
on
don't
the
think he
site.
meant
The
to do
spike is
that.
all the way back on top ramps. I don't know that there's really any room for Gambit to make anything happen. Yeah, you see they're not pulling any trigger. They're just going to wait things out, carry the rifles into the next round. Asana's 2 kills there. Won them that round.
Yeah, I was literally about to say that. I saw that Zed skin, and I'm like, man, I want to shoot that Zed skin right now. I want to play with it.
I
actually play Valorant.
And then you play Valorant, and then you love it even more.
Many important first peak positions, all the way to B heaven upstairs side, all the way to B
What do you wanna play
entrance
with?
from the defending side. Really great thought and way out a way to use the Cosmic Divide, but
Get in there.
not able to act on it to get themselves.
Benji's in there right now.
Gambit calling time out here. Down 3 rounds in this map 3, folks. If you are just joining us, I am so sorry because you have missed a banger. Map 1, all Gambit. I mean, top to bottom, right from beginning to end. Map 2 looked like it was going to be the same. Gambit got to 11. Is it 11?
Benji's your
11
best
if I'm not
cat.
mistaken, and then
Boy.
100 just woke up.
He's just so friendly.
Got 11 rounds of their own straight.
Doesn't even know me.
Absolutely
And he's
popped
just
off,
in
forcing
there.
us to map 3, and map 3
That's
so
all of
far
them,
has been
though.
close,
Yeah,
right?
we-
Like, it's been tightly contested.
We
Yeah,
have
but they're all
all.
over there
100
with
Thieves the
her.
last couple of rounds, they've been able to read the map well. They haven't bit on some of the fakes that Gambit have thrown, as you mentioned. And they have the lead, an important lead at that.
I want all
playoff
3 of them in
bracket
between legs in a row.
That'll never happen.
Incredible.
It's only
really
2.
is, and
Max?
a lot of what happens in games,
time,
that last map, I could say,
and I had them
could be
all
quite
on
deflating here.
Wow, that's rare.
Gambit now take one of their first,
It was
not
very
extended leads,
uncomfortable.
but first leads where they're going to be able to capitalize on some of the eco rounds Gambit will be forced into. Gambit
I
wasn't
didn't
able to
fall
put as much
asleep in, like,
power in
this.
that mid area, and Steel has
You
been
can or
much
they
more
can?
aware
I
of the
can.
timing when
Sleep
to
is
use
just
your laser
amazing.
and say, easier
One of the
to
greatest
either
gifts
not,
of
and
life.
how to react
True.
around that.
Yeah, I think we
He's not
talked
even
about what did we
capping on
learn
that
from
one.
100 Thieves.
Except
They
for the
punch
fact
in the
that's
mouth.
also one of
How do
the-
they respond? They
Spit their
respond
teeth at
fine.
you.
Yeah. What have we learned?
A curse,
Like, I
too,
think this is
because
important too because we
you
have a
lose
lot
half
to
your
learn
life.
from Gambit.
Yeah.
How do they
Blessing
respond
and a
when they
curse.
get punched in the mouth,
So,
when they're hit
but-
with adversity, when they lose a huge
I take
lead?
Bruce. I
Right,
don't
like
know.
I think
Get that right.
we talked
Oh.
about going into the series. We're going to learn a lot
What?
from both teams. I think there's still a lot to be learned
Listen.
from Gambit, but
What?
Thieves so far. Maybe not map 1 or
you
first
sign?
half of map 2, but they are living up to the hype now, and they're picking
if I
up
wrote
right where
something
they
right
left
now,
off. The break doesn't seem
legally
to cause much
binding,
of a
of
difference at all. As Austin is able to get
Sign.
second, make
I'm
that
looking
3
to buy
and
a cat.
dashes away.
And
No,
with
you can
the
just have it. You can just have, yes,
Use the
3.
album?
that
Wait, what's
Steel
wrong with
is
him?
getting
Wow, that timing is
Timing to look.
horrible.
Hiko gets taken out by the one-way. He sent himself
Oh.
shots from Chronicle. Almost matched every member he needs.
You
All
don't
right,
want to get rid
Nats.
of that one.
I hear you're pretty freaking good at this game. You find yourself in a
And Joe.
1v3.
One new home.
Spike, nowhere near you, but he should be able to pick that up.
Yep.
And he's got all
Looks like a
day.
good cat.
He could pitch a tent, think
He is.
twice about it, 3 times about it,
Especially if he's an only
and
cat.
then decide where he wants to
I
exit
have
on
2
the
dogs
site.
though, but they're not my dogs.
To live with you?
He's
Yeah. I'm
one
seeing
thing
a whole
working
lot,
in his
though.
favor is he does not have to see anybody until
have
he's
a
quite
picture of
deep,
him.
which gives him 1v1 angles to work off of. Oh,
Wow. Now,
0 point comes out.
he is 1 point away from having the neural theft, right? So get that on online. All right, never mind.
Insta-turn.
9-3 half.
Wait, let's check that side.
Gambit comes back.
We tried building a world in what if. There was just nothing doing there, and I think as we were talking about in the break for 100 Thieves, it seems to continue to pile on. Asuna popping off with 3 their control across the middle of the map. It's been excellent.
And looking back, as I was mentioning before, we saw
Guys
the
on
Frank
100
coming in about
Thieves have
Steel
more
and
hours
what
on
KO
land
brings to that table. We talked about it
than
the first time we
everyone
saw
else
them play
combined
this
in this
on
tournament.
Liberty, but this KO brings Steel's assist
I just made that up, but it sounds right.
The knowledge he provides. He just got 2 or 3 assists there for Asuna. I think Asuna cleaned up the last one. But that's also Nitro for Ethan. Nitro and Steel have been putting up so many assists to get those kills.
Asuna, oh my gosh, the balls on that guy to go in that deep with the Blade Storm. Nitro, the anchor picks it up as well as he gets 2. Shados is left alone in a 1v3. It was a hot and heavy call coming out from 100 Thieves. They felt the pressure coming in from Gambit, and they punched right back.
Oh no, 9-3.
Yeah, 9-3. No, they'll. So 100 Thieves is smart. They'll lose this round on purpose.
How to play
Trust me.
defense with attack.
They're smart.
For one round, it kind of spicing it
You
up,
don't
changing the
mess with
variety,
that shit.
and
That's
making
bad
sure
juju.
Gambit really isn't feeling comfortable with the space they can take.
That's the German
word.
shipper.
It's just like how you would,
Well, and that's just like,
even though you know like ghosts and stuff aren't real, you never play with a Ouija board.
I do. That's what I start my day with.
We gotta get away from
Luigi?
that guy. Where are we gonna go?
Luigi in the morning.
Okay.
And there are rounds, Doug, we've
a
seen
great guy.
Spectres coming out for Gambit as they kind of partial
Get a
buy,
little
find their
ball.
way in. Here, back to rifles.
He was
What
very
can they
fast.
put up? Asuna takes a shot as Bolt makes actually armor there off of Defo.
He died.
Yeah, Asuna got tagged up a little bit.
That
as
shit's
well,
fake
right?
news.
27 armor, 89 health.
For real though, it's fake news.
Nothing
What?
aggressive here.
9-3
Good
curse.
trading of util, but Asuna.
Oh, Asuna's feeling
Asuna
it.
gets another one. Shados trades him
Well,
out,
this
but the
one-
damage has been done.
he's
Man,
old,
that's not a
but-
safe
Isn't that
space.
Bruce?
Steel's
last
able to
15
really
years.
control that
15
area of
years?
the map.
How old is he?
Despite
We got
he's still
10-year
back in
warranty,
spawn,
so
you
you'll
know,
be
they're
alright.
not fully confident on that game.
I just realized I've been scratching
Hey,
Benji's head
One of those rounds
for a
where
while,
Gambit
like
shots
this,
are
and it just
on
probably looks
fire.
like something.
I was gonna buy a main too.
I've been just doing this like for a while, and I don't know what it looks like.
And see what he can find as he moves around.
It's just moving ever so slightly.
That's good.
Hard to notice.
Anything for Gambit, as is customary for them, just wait. Yeah, wait things out.
That's good
Almost
stuff.
clean setup. There is an op down there. It's gonna be
3v3 looks like they're trying to block off at least one angle so they know exactly what they're looking at when they get into the site. Ethan is low, but Ethan is in a spot to make an impact play.
That's the discipline corner. You gotta check that box.
You gotta
Ethan's
check the
able to
box.
get one nitro again. The anchor back site gets one to trade it out.
1v1.
Hiko and Shados, and Hiko wins it
39.
again. A 9-3 half for 100 Thieves.
Just on top of it,
This is actually
right
kinda
there
nuts.
behind each
Benji's
other, the
so
angles they're
soft.
trying to frag from are just
Actually
so
insane.
covered by everything
You
they
want 'em?
need. You saw one go down, Hiko
Hannah
trade,
would never.
Hiko went down, there was another
Hannah
trade
would never.
for Nitro. It is so methodical right now
Well,
for
we'll
100
have
Thieves.
with
Gambit
0.
needs to turn it up
He
here for a
takes
second.
Bruce,
Oh, dog,
takes
they have to,
Benji, and we'll
right?
take
Because
Leo and
how many times?
throw him.
What
His
the?
own life are both
Throw
of
him
these
into a
teams
new
gonna get, right? Like how many
house.
times are we gonna count
Environment.
both of these teams out just to
Yeah, I
have them
do.
come right back
I
for
want 'em
100
all.
Thieves? This
Minus
is a
one.
different team,
Which one?
right? Like this is not the same
Classified.
team that we saw on Icebox.
Classified
Not, at least the
information.
first half. Not the same
Actually makes
team that we
perfect
saw
sense.
on
I need to know
Ascent, and you
bases.
can make
Leo.
good
You don't need to know.
Which one do you like the best?
Clearly
It's
Leo.
not, but we are kind of
all
hovering
of them
around
minus
the
one.
same amount of rounds. If 100 Thieves
Leo?
grab a few
Bruce.
and Gambit runs it,
Bruce
we get a
gotta go.
repeat of last map just on that flip side.
Bruce.
on the flip side. Speaking of flip sides, we've dropped Sean.
All right, 9-3 curse is
and
definitely
we've
broken
upgraded
because it.
to Bala, who's gonna break down what he saw
NA.
in the first
Well, no,
half.
it's
Bala,
'cause
baby, she's all yours.
They broke it by doing it.
I
So
don't
they
know if
won't
it's an
have it happen
upgrade.
to
Sean,
them.
I think, got a little
Paula.
scared after he saw that first half on Icebox, so he's feeling a little down, and he's in his feels right now. We're going to go ahead and
doing good,
try to
man.
do
Paul.
our best impersonation of Sean.
Paul.
of
Pete
course.
Davidson.
By taking a look at this round, this is an example of how Ultimates can really change the way the game is played with how many there are in this round. Let's go ahead and start talking about them. We have the Knives on Defo. We have the Astral Wall from Redguard. We have the Viper's Pit from Chronicle. And on the other side, we have Ethan's. He's got the Seekers available. We've got the Null Command available.
You're
from
jinxing
Steel
it?
as
Dude, there's
well.
no
So
shot 100
what
Thieves
does
loses.
Gambit cook up? Well,
I'm
they're gonna
sorry,
set
like,
up a lot of players
they're
in
on
Sky
such
and,
a high from
of
winning that
course,
map and a
Defo
comeback.
over on this
That
side.
is true.
Hey, they've got
There's
the
not no
Viper wall
copium
placed down,
needed.
But meanwhile, everybody's
Straight-
They literally
moving
won
over
10
towards
rounds straight,
this
and now they have
B site with
9-3
the
lead
spike.
on the
Astro's
third
over
map.
there. That's Redguard.
They're not
We have,
losing. If
of
you think
course,
they're losing,
Chronicle as well, moving his way back after placing
you're a
that
loser,
wall.
so.
So they
They're literally on
actually
hopium.
want to bait out.
You don't wanna be a
Steel has been
loser,
throwing
right, chat?
A knife oftentimes over towards
Don't
that
be
A
a
main just to get
loser, buy a
information and also
diffuser.
potentially to suppress, but on the other side,
Are
they
they
know
in
too
defense
what
now?
the ults are on the other
they're in
side.
T-side.
So let's see what happens. Instantly, we're gonna go ahead and
I don't
roll the
know,
clip.
man.
Instantly, we see Defo pop the knives. And why does he do it so early, you might ask? Maybe it's an updraft opportunity? No, it's to bait out the fact that this is going to be a push. The Astral Divide comes out, and Steel also pops his no command.
You are
That's what that clip
divided.
was meant to show, and then Ethan pops his Seekers. But pause it right here. The entire 100 Thieves
should really
side
have a button
is
to
not
pause.
in this B site, so this gives a free opportunity
Instead of them
for
saying
Chronicle
pause
to
it
push
right
up in
here.
the alley in spawn. Go ahead and roll it and put down his Viper's Pit himself. The Seekers kind of confirmed that it was all a fake. We also have Steel confirm that on the side of A. But how do you break this? Because now, pause it, what do you have left? You don't have the Seekers available for Ethan. He pushes out on top of the Viper's Pit because that gives him an angle. Nobody's going to want to pick up
She's
top.
got people.
You want to
There's
actually
like
kind of
Boaster
wait
and
about,
then,
wait below it and play inside of that Viper's Pit.
Boaster and
So
Jonah.
what else
Boaster
do we
asked
have?
me
Can we get down
he could
underneath
jump on,
heaven in
and
this
I was like,
situation?
well,
Look at the tripwires.
I don't know how we do that on the
Astra
cow.
Star here for Redgar as
Maybe you
well.
could do, like,
There's
morning
really a
with
lot of
people and then
difficult
just, like,
situations to deal with for 100 Thieves. Let's continue to roll the rest
How
of the
about
way
I
out
just stop doing them in
because
general?
They kind of clean it up. The
Be
very,
great.
very important thing
I could be
is they
playing
did take
so
out
many other
Defo
games right now.
earlier. Oh no, Defo's
I could be
coming back
radiant.
to spawn right now. He's super
Let's see.
late.
I
That
was
gives
radiant.
a
I filled the
lot of
diamond.
space
You
for
see that
him
all the
in
way.
this bottom side of B to actually fight through. And we'll see the rest
Now's
of
the
this.
time to grind,
There's a
too.
tripwire
It's
there.
easy
How
to-
do you get at
all these guys
Chronicle?
are
That's
playing
a big
here.
question right now.
The other guys
that
are
they
scrimming.
answer because Chronicle
It's
just
actually
comes through.
so
This is
easy.
why we're
There's
talking
no
about
scrim.
composure down the line. It's getting
No,
really
no
late.
scrimming.
Gambit
No.
just losing that icebox
Yes,
game
they are,
is
man.
making mistakes. Of course, Chronicle wants to keep that Viper's Pit up. Redgar came through.
Now's the
Of course,
time.
we
I'm
saw
seeing
the
people hit
aftermath of
Radiant
this, but
that
it wasn't really much
should not
left
be
in the
there.
tank for that round, especially
I'm
when
talking
100
Judge
Thieves played the
mains.
retake so
are
well.
people
So
that
we've got
deserve to
one
be there.
more half, and it looks like 100 Thieves
Yep.
is honestly in good shape to take this. Doug, Riv, Rug, I got to leave it to you guys to close this out.
Yeah, Bala, I think saying that they're in a good place to take it might be selling it a bit short. An excellent opening half, 9-3. They've read Gambit like a book, and I think it's just been such a tale of two
gotta be careful doing
maps.
that, man.
Well, I guess three
What?
maps, really.
Fall and break.
On just how
telling you
well
it's not gonna
100 Thieves
break.
have
It's not
adapted,
an
how they're
iPhone.
reading Gambit
What is it?
so
iPhones
well.
are fragile.
It's just night and day difference.
His
And
screen-
it's hard
his
to
screen- his
you
screen
can watch
cracked
100
for
Thieves
nothing.
kind
He
of
literally didn't do
reel
anything.
and what they're doing.
I could
but
literally
it's
smash
hard
this on
to
the corner
know
of a
when that
table.
experience
Want me to
for them
show
is
you?
kicking in,
Well, no,
what
you're gonna
to
smash
do
it too
about
hard.
I want to so wait, it can
Things
survive
happen.
others, but
It's a
not
lot of what
some.
we saw again,
Other
Gambit
smashes?
doing
Oh
confident
my
over
god,
shots,
this is so good.
starting the
Hold on.
round, and it just makes the
Oh!
other team look discombobulated right off the bat as they reposition,
I wanna do a
get
poll
back
to
into
see if
utility
people, like,
spots,
Oh.
get
the couch
information.
stream or the
Oh,
Seems like 100 Thieves is able
he's
to work off
touching
that
me.
pain
Ooh.
point throughout the
What?
first half.
So I wanna do
Now
a
our
poll
second
to
half
see
here,
if
100
the
Thieves on
couch
attack.
stream or the PC stream better.
Do it.
Clearing out rogue, so
I'm
should get,
actually
yeah.
curious.
So
Do a
the
poll
Trailblazers
right
go
now.
all the way down there and get a good bit of info,
Yeah,
but
screw
Defo
it.
playing in the
Seems
smoke
over.
with a
This
shorty.
game literally 100 Thieves won. NA number one as always.
Right, Seal and also know
I never doubted
that's
these guys
fine.
for a
Now the
second.
smoke comes down, but there's plenty of noise that's been made,
Yep.
right? Chronicle knows that
That's
they're
all
coming.
recorded,
Chronicle
too.
gets tagged up. Trades a little bit back. Warning
Try to
shots.
resort to buying a
That's all it is for now.
shorty.
They have control of mid again. They have control of ropes.
Hannah's gonna do a poll. Oh, Cyanite can do it.
To blow things up.
No, she said
Shorty
pull for
not
what
doing
now?
anything this time around. Asa's Frenzy does. However, as they've taken mid control, they've taken male, they've taken B heaven, and now they're getting deep onto the site.
Okay,
Push back
do
Nats, push
a
back
poll
whoever's
for
left
which
on the side of
watch
Gambit.
party
This site is theirs.
is preferred. Couch or
Big plant
PC?
down.
I'm curious.
Yeah,
Well,
'cause
Hannah's
I
curious.
actually want to know.
I could care less.
Hiko watching the back already.
Sorry.
And they are just waiting for Nitro. He's gonna have a big
Gotta
play
keep it
here.
100.
Gotta remind them.
Oh,
Nick
love the map
is-
again, right? You feel that pressure. You
Oh,
understand
it's
that that's
over.
exactly
It's
where
over.
things are going to be coming in from. Nitro in a beautiful spot and wins the 2 gunfights it's needed. This does not look good for Gambit, Riv.
Quick cleanup here. Nitro finds the third. Shados doing damage,
I guess you
though.
could put either.
You
as
see
a third
Gambit still
option.
with the fist bumps. They know there's a lot of game to play.
Both,
Oh yeah,
no-
do
no
but
preference?
no
Really
preference
wanna
for
make that
either
one
as a
true
third
here. They
option.
grab the
True.
first round and may be able to carry
Too
it
late.
to the bonus.
Yeah, but
Close the poll, do it again.
Is there
Restart
a
the
lot
poll.
of game to play? Because we're talking
hell's that?
10-3. You mentioned the next round, so presumably we're looking at 11-3. That's
We thought the same thing on Icebox.
fair. That's fair.
Oh my god,
That's
that's
a very good point.
Couch?
But 100 Thieves, I mean, the momentum that they've had, the confidence.
But what
of
if I was on the
they're
PC?
playing, and I don't know that it's really
That's-
changed.
then they'd
much
probably
anything. I
say
think it's
PC.
just
That was the
Steel-
option.
Steel's
That was
keep
the other
calling
option.
Nitro's mid-round
No, I'm saying if I was on the
call, just
PC
been
when we
so
did this
good
poll, they'd
up
be saying
until this
PC.
point.
I don't think that's how that works.
Gambit
These are human beings, you
is
know.
those pistols.
Yeah, they're not cheap,
They can literally make up their mind, just not based on what they're seeing.
slow. Okay, Trailblazer first. Oh,
I disagree.
What a shot by Chronicle. Very unexpected. A nice
I tell
double
them to
from
buy
Gambit
something,
here
they buy
on
it.
A ramp.
Not
The
true.
couch, but no blanket.
Hostels cleared out, and now 100 Thieves have to think twice about whether they
It's
want to
like-
go away. Because they haven't really,
Wow.
they haven't
Couch
gained
is
really
double
any
the
ground
CC
that way.
option, but they're both getting a lot of.
How many votes total?
3.1k to couch and 1.9k to CC.
Good bit of spams here. Seeing if anybody will waste the mutil or make
Not
a
enough
mistake
data.
just for the time
Yeah, we need more
being.
deep.
But a lot
We need
of
more
respect
data.
being given here on this bonus round coming in, or I should say, second round coming in.
Ethan.
Good to do.
Oh my
Ethan,
god.
not
They're gonna
holding
eat
back.
those. It's over.
Nats has gone
Still
big.
can win
Chronicle has
GG,
as
they're
well.
going to Berlin. Gambit.
Steal alone in this one before we talk about economy being flipped.
She's gonna go back
right
to
off
sleep.
of situations like this. The thing is, the remaining members of Gambit have all upgraded weapons. Nats is playing so patiently, he's not going to swing out. He's not going to give Steal the chance to punish that. They're just going to wait, make him come to them.
The better guys,
my
you don't
favorite.
need to see me. You see me all the time.
Wow. There's still a long way to go, but that's big.
Yeah, I love that. Always playing with the dart in you. You can kind of fake where your positioning is, how you play it. Nicely done by Nats there to not give that shot. He could have easily peeked in when Steel faked the shot over towards the side of Defo. That was Steel's objective, to pull somebody out off of looking a different way with your aim. Nats just cold as ice, staying and holding that position to finalize the round. 4-10 here as we hit round 15. That is very big for Gambit to stop the bleeding now.
Yeah, because so you got to think, if that round doesn't go their way, Gambit or excuse me, 100 Thieves are riding a bonus right now, right? Like
Exactly.
they've got a fighting chance in this round, and while it doesn't always happen, there's certainly a possibility where 100 Thieves win that round. But because Gambit take away the thrifty, 100 Thieves are back on pistols. They can't fight with the same
Most people
oomph
think couch.
that they would be able to otherwise. But it looks like they're going to lean towards B anyway. And well, they're met with Vandals across the board. Ethan and Asuna have dropped. The Spike does as well. The flash
Couch
is
watch
great.
party
Little pop
room
flash right
setup.
through the Viper wall,
Fucking
but that
hell.
might be all it was doing.
Well, I'm
It
thinking
was
like,
pretty
you know those
out of
beanies?
Gambit, and they stuffed the
Beanie
push from
babies.
100 Thieves.
The beanbag.
Beanbag chairs.
That
Those,
was quick.
we need
That's
those.
a lot of what we have seen previously from
And then we need a
Gambit
bunch
in
of
this
puppies.
series, so it seems like coming
Puppies?
back online
Yeah.
with that confidence.
People would
could
love
prove
that.
Yeah.
very
Like
useful
we-
here in
you know, like the
second half,
website
and they do
Rent a
it a little bit
Puppy?
earlier as
Yeah.
well.
We rent like
then 100
15
Thieves
of
was
them.
able to on Icebox.
And then
So
we hire a
they're ready.
zookeeper to
They're
make
raring
sure.
to go. Full weapons across the board with Defo on the operator again.
what else would
It's
it
made
be?
such a difference for them. There was, talks about Defo
Zoology?
being one that might have the most nerves on stage. Team's gonna have to help him.
Zoolander.
He
Sean
has
showed me this
completely
Twitch feed
squashed
last night. I
showed
any
him.
of those. Showed
The duck?
everybody he
Yeah, I
absolutely
rated
belongs
them.
to.
Yeah, he
After you rated me.
All right, 100
he
Thieves,
subs
they have a
and
couple of rounds
donates
to
money
get.
every day.
So they're okay.
But I
He
don't
does
think-
$5
I don't
a day
think
for
so.
the
I don't
duck.
agree with
Lead,
it.
they should be able to get two,
What?
there's gonna be
What I
3
said.
more rifle rounds, even if they
Those
drop
ducks
real
are-
bad,
They're
they lose
vicious.
like the next 5
And
or
they
something
wait
like
all
that. They're still
day
at a
for
spot
that.
where they can fight back and they can punch back
Yep.
a couple of
Well, at
different
least they're
times.
living.
It was fun to watch.
Gambit. Oh, well, that's an excellent start. That's not giving up any space mid.
And they're getting info. Chronicle knows that
Somebody
Asuna's
asked me
mid.
if they're
That's a
aiming
big
for
player.
filled at
A lot can either
beanbags.
be focused around
What's this
Asuna
that
or they're
even
moving
mean?
off
Because the
him
puppies
so
would
that
piss everywhere?
information gain Gambit again goes to a
Oh.
bit of a reset. You see the jump peaks
don't
from
let them.
Nats on screens. Doesn't
That's why we
seem
hire a
like he
zookeeper.
puts himself in a better position
A
towards the site
zookeeper would
with
handle
Gam
it.
in A, and this looks like they're calling it
Who
right.
plays
against 100
Zoolander
Thieves.
Well,
again?
and look, right, this is where Nats has made a
Ben
living.
Shapiro?
Right here,
No.
right? Seekers have been used across middle of the map.
Not
This is where
even.
Nats has made a living.
think that's
in
right.
It's
angling
Ben-
down this
Ben
site.
Stiller.
Moments
Ben
like
Stiller.
this have
Dude,
made
he was in
Nats
Night at the Museum.
As famous as he is,
Adam
that's
Sandler
what's
was
given
too.
him the reputation
Was
that
he?
he has. Can he do it again? No.
Ben
Ethan
Stiller actually
cleans
can
that
do it
up
all.
Ferrell,
right
too.
off the bat, extinguishes the possibility of
William
that,
Ferrell.
and should be able to get the spike
Dude.
down. Yasuna backing up.
I
He's
think
going to get
Click
away
is
with
one
his
of the
life.
greatest movies of
Excellent
all
take
time.
from 100 Thieves.
Yep.
Yeah, able to thwart the kind of knowledge from
Oh.
Gam.
Oh,
Hiko.
Cavalry approaches.
Imagine.
Shados takes down Hiko, but he's got a lot of work to do as the Seekers come back at him. They have eyes on the prize up top. Defo looking
Don't
to make
give
an
him a
shot
pick.
towards elbow, but they'll go for Vandals here to start.
Don't
They're going to
give
go
him a
for
lick.
it with the time on the clock.
Oh, they're dead.
Switch things out.
Ain't
Now
gonna work.
Ton for Util. They turn the flash.
Oh.
Asuna's in a great cross, but no,
What
he's
the-
not able to
Asuna
shots in the
always
covers.
does
They
that.
continue to push it Nitro.
Every time
Ethan
a jet
trying to hold the
dashes, he
site
always
back.
aims.
Ethan good for one. Ethan not able to get the second. No, the
Oh.
flip run
No, they
strong.
don't.
They got it.
Right?
They got it. No, they
And
don't.
what
He's got
would
it.
have been
It's over.
a
Wait, that's-
save of the off for
That's a
anyone.
throw.
Yikes,
kind of
man. You
bad.
didn't have bullets.
Go
That might be the
straight forward
comeback.
as Defo
He actually
throws
had, like,
his
2
off on the
bullets in his
floor,
gun.
Picks up a Vandal and they
Oh my
sweep that round
goodness.
out from under 100 Thieves.
It's a little bit unlucky. But all good.
Yeah, Asuna always does that. Every time a Jet dashes into a smoke, he always tries to follow her and then sprays the front side of it. He never stops and like waits for the Jet to come out of it. He always sprays the front.
That's all that boils down to.
Every single time.
Split-second moments like that, rounds are decided off of that.
That might be the end of the game for him.
That's a bad round to lose, I'll say that much.
Yeah.
Start to mount the rounds in their favor. For Defo still, they knew they had the money with the round win to get one back in his hands.
Remember the 9-3 curse?
Peeks down A ramp. They look to control the rest of the map on the side of Gambit's
That's
defense.
fake
You ever been to
news.
Barry Nuts Farm?
For 100 Thieves,
Yep.
3
Those are
shares,
nice.
a ghost, and a classic. Asuna was able to
Oh,
get
nice
that
is
ult
like
orb,
6
so you see
flags.
them playing for
What
that,
Disney?
bring that
Better?
blade,
Worse?
storm
I mean,
online, and
what is
kinda
your
equalize
definition
things
of
at
nice?
least
Like a
little
good
bit.
time or like well kept?
They
Or
just
Well kept.
lean so hard.
definitely Knott's Berry is on the lower
B
tier.
right now, they don't
Got it.
really have any presence towards A. They also don't
Not
really have any presence towards mid.
I think I have been there.
As Steel drops.
I think like
Yeah,
B hop at
Chronicle
him.
getting a frag from where we saw Asuna playing quite a bit last round.
That was so dumb.
No, he gets taken down quick.
whatever.
100 Thieves may have that entry to be.
I don't know.
He could have smoked it first.
Yeah, that guy.
Before it jumped
Red
out.
Gar is throwing. Asuna's throwing.
That's okay.
Looking to get the spike down,
I'm about to
Shadows
show you
flanking around. Shadows
Oh my,
for
this
two.
guy, this might
He's
be
stable.
bro. He,
The
yeah.
pistols are not enough. The blade storm was
He
not
can't-
enough.
I wanna
Viper
play
can't
like
get to
him.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thieves
there's just no
now get
mistakes.
No,
rifle.
he's
They
so
are great
clean with the
cleanup
Vandal.
by
No.
The rest of Gambit there on the end, or they take on the execution. Just Redgar goes down, and
Yeah.
to an eco round, that's all it should
No
be.
cap.
Chronicle, Nats, Shadows,
on.
Ultimates ready, and I think they're pretty close to having the other two on deck as well. So a lot of reasons for them to be able to sync rounds one after the other in their favor. And 100 Thieves is going to try to battle back hard here. That's the zeros going in. No need for a buy. 47.50
Indifferent.
on Defo, so they're sitting on quite
Is that okay?
a bit of money here
What?
and can
About
buy
what?
for other
Being
people like
indifferent.
Redgar.
About
who had to
anything
go
and
back
everything.
into the bank
Being
for this
indif-
round.
yeah.
You're
Gambit are
indifferent
sitting
about, like,
pretty to
everything.
make this look like a tie or even more.
Is there a
4
political
rounds in a row.
word for that?
You've got Defo.
Indifferent.
Looking for that aggressive peak. Nothing doing.
Coffee or tea?
Viper's Pit
Okay.
used across the middle of the map.
Indifferent.
Here we go. You see 100 Thieves. They want to go aggressive. They want to go hot and heavy, and they're going to use an
Still
open man as a tip of the
indifferent.
spear. They're going to push Defo off. Redgar spotted Steel, so he's down.
And owls?
But they should be able to protect him at least for a little bit. He goes
Oh,
able
they
to
picked
clear
him
him
up.
out. Yeah,
That's
look
actually
at
so
him.
huge for that site.
Defend Steel.
You get that
they get
entry
the res
after
online, and they
he
get
gets
the
down?
spike down.
Massive.
Counter Viper's Pits too.
Daniel.
0 point doesn't catch too much on the score. And here comes Nats from the
Welcome
outside.
to
Gonna get
my
himself a gate of Link, and now
round.
figure out where all of 100 Thieves is. Ken.
Yikes.
Gambit. Bite
This is
down.
gonna get a little dicey in
And
here.
they're all playing the Viper's Pit.
No pun intended.
Crazy.
Gonna get tagged up a little bit.
No
starting
pun
to play
intended.
Off-site. See members of Gambit slowly start to push their way forward. Defo going up top. Ethan gets cleaned up.
Eco.
Eco playing in it as well.
Oh.
Austin is in a good spot for it, but no, he gets traded out.
Eco.
Eco in a 1v3, but they're so weak. Eco, they're
Really
so weak.
smart.
Oh,
That
they're
was so smart.
He's so
Eco!
good.
guy's so
Just on the other
literally
side
won.
to tap. No,
No,
he's
don't
gonna
use
fake
all
it
your
out, and it might
bullets.
give us position.
Oh, let's go, man.
This guy, man, he's built diff. In diff.
You literally, yeah.
Built in diff. That play to walk into the jet smoke and kill the bomber, it's mint, really.
This is going to cause that rebuy
What a
for
round.
Gambit to have
Doesn't even
to
expose
come
to the
in.
cypher.
They will
Just
be
mint.
dropping each other's guns, which brings the bank
You
down.
can literally
and
never
100 Thieves
count him
need
out.
to find
No.
a way to stop that bankroll from going up.
What a round.
And look at they're taking the
Going onto the side of
momentum
Gambit, so they got
pack.
1900 on
Exactly
top
how
of
it felt like
everything
playing
they
on a
have
team
now.
with him.
2400 if they
That you
lose
never-
another
same
one,
with Tyler.
and a lot of them are on zero
Playing on a
right now.
team with
So that means
two
2400
people,
credits in
Hiko
the bank if they
and
lose this
Skadoodle.
next
Those are
round.
two people
That's
I
how
never
100
counted
Thieves
out
can now
in any
work
round
the
ever.
economy game.
I think
And
always makes
Hiko's
sense.
clutch
It does
game.
sometimes. I don't know what happens, but they just do it.
Let's go. What a play. What a series.
How much time for
Right?
him?
Like,
That's
What
awesome.
a series.
I mean, both teams
Dude,
have
that's
just
crazy. It
been
was
so
almost
good.
2-0.
Neither of them are willing to step back.
So
This
Neither of them
round
are
right
willing to
here
give an inch.
knockout
doing it
punches to get to
is
the
very
knockout round.
Besides the game,
Oh
Gambit's
my
money's
word.
so
This is a
bad.
Round
very
after
important
round. It's going to
round.
be another team timeout from 100 Thieves, a bit in the lead. Not the same kind of timeout they did on Icebox, where they had 9 rounds in a row. This is, again, though, to recompose, make sure they're resetting and understand 0-0, play it the same way with the information we now have.
Now we start to think about the next round. Gambit will have rifles, right? They do still have enough for the op. You touched
Yeah.
on the economy. Heavy spend at a couple of these players. Defo and Shados, 7,500 to 6,400 credits. So they're I mean, they're emptying out the bankroll, right? They're putting out everything that they have in order to really be able to fight back in this round, because you have to understand, right? For Gambit, now we're talking about how their windows are closing, right? Their opportunities at coming back and making this thing competitive are starting to dwindle, and 100 Thieves, I mean, they've got everything in front of them.
Setting up across the map, we can see where the Astra Stars are placed.
I might skip tomorrow.
Pretty consistent throughout the rounds.
What game?
So if she trailblazes,
The only match I really care for is the Envy game. That's at 6 a.m.
Keep an eye on that. See if
And I don't think I'm gonna make that.
There's the trailblaze.
I'll try though.
Right off the bat, pushes Defo out of mail with the flash as well. Now Defo didn't get spotted, so they don't know that there's an op.
Right?
You don't have to just.
Yeah, it's true.
That
Really.
timing of the drawback on the smoke.
Oh, and the flash, it's beautiful. 100 Thieves are playing around their utility so well right now.
Oh, Tarek literally texted me at 6:44 in the morning,
Really?
and he wanted to watch party. And then at 8:30 he said,
on a recalled star, Steel now
Said no.
no. I didn't say anything. I
consistently
forgot.
feels confident on this play as the rest of 100
He
he
said
was
at
up.
6:44 he said, I can't join y'all on Discord for the match, right, since you guys are on the couch. And then at 8:30 he says, I woke up for nothing, Sag.
So you just
I don't understand.
Wait, he was up till 8:30.
Yeah, I don't understand.
He was literally streaming at 8:30 in the
Up
morning.
Heaven.
So.
Just
No, you probably
actually
meant,
recall
like,
the one from Heaven, but
he
dropped the
can't
one
watch
in defender
it,
spawn. The
though, 'cause
Cosmic
we're gonna
Divide is
be
going to come out as well.
No, yeah, I
Nats
got
has
that,
spotted
but he
it.
said I
Oh my
woke
goodness,
up
he
for
saw
nothing.
Everything,
Yeah.
everything's in front
He
of
didn't,
him.
he didn't wake up.
Like
I think he was
they're trying to
joking.
pop flash, do the
Oh,
Cosmic
yeah, he
Divide.
probably
Nats
was.
Gets cleaned up
We
instantly.
just-
Nitro's able to get one on Shados as well. 100 Thieves have full control of
Eric
the site.
is
The remaining members
one of the
Gambit
best
just
content
now
creators
showing up.
I agree.
Like actually one of the best.
One-dimensional
I never even heard of
attempt at a retake, because Steel's in a position to clean out everything that's coming into Heaven. But Redgar
So
creeping his
entertaining.
way forward. Steel just on the other side. That should give the Q.
One of the goats.
Redgar cleans up Steel.
And a major winner. I mean, come on.
Go backing up.
True.
Spike continuing to tick away. 4v3 still in favor of 100 Thieves.
He's probably here right now.
As they counter with a Cosmic Divide of their
Please
own.
end the match.
Ethan. Oh, no, just a little shallow, just a little shallow,
my
but he gets a
God.
kill anyway. Hiko just behind him is able to
Oh,
spot
that goes
Defo.
poorly.
He gets cleaned up. Hiko and Nitro in a 1v2 against
Redgar
Redgar.
again.
He's up in Heaven. He's got
Damn.
the doesn't have his time.
Butter Thieves going to Berlin.
What Gambit don't have.
He's going to save the op.
At this point, they're running out of it.
Oh, he is in chat.
I saw his name. What do you say?
I don't know. It's moving so quick.
Okay, for some reason I thought Redgar went down for a second
All good.
because
Probably said all good.
All good.
this. I wonder if they actually. I mean, you give it to Defo. He does have Blade Storm though, but the
Pretty good at
pressure
Valorant too.
on his
He's really
shoulders
good.
He's okay.
coming into this round
Mike won,
is
like,
so
8 games in a
immense.
row, though.
Remember what we said about how
Yeah.
much money they would have. Look at the
Emphasis
buys
on
for final round.
Mike.
They've gotten pushed back.
Actually, you
and
were
pushed
popping
back.
off.
Yeah.
That's
That's
true.
In
Yeah,
this Gambit
even
squad
I-
we've
You
seen,
were
it doesn't
popping
mean
off.
they're down
But he
and
had that-
out.
I
Just
remember
backs
the
against the
first
wall
few
here.
years, I think.
100 Thieves looking to close out for game point to get.
Should my pants are just
Jesus
so
H Christ. But I got a cat over here, so it's fine.
100 Thieves are in a
Bless
big group
you.
by 2, right? You've got
Bless
3
you.
Spectres and 2 Phantoms. So it's not like they're coming at this from full strength, but Seeker's coming out. They work towards Heaven. They work towards backside. A couple of early kills coming out from
What team
Gambit,
should
Defo,
Derek
and
join
Redgar lighting up the
Valorant?
kill feed. Still hasn't gotten
Derek
much
should
closer.
never
100
join the
Thieves.
team again.
Hiko trades
He
2.
should
Nitro
literally
gets
just
1 as
stream.
well, but that's all it's going to be. Gambit.
No, you should move to
against
LA,
Gambit. For
join
now,
100 Thieves, make
they
some
fend off
content.
the loss.
Oh, Defo. The rest of the team obviously coming up big there, but behind the operator
They'll
over
pay
the
him a nice-
shoulder with those big shots.
I don't know what they
And
pay
he's
him.
able to help the team come
Enough.
through. Look at
Enough.
Shados up top 20.
I don't know how much
has been kind of
content
a little
creation
more
pays.
quiet this time, but that does not mean he has not been putting in the frags that are impact frags to keep these rounds in Gambit's favor. Game point all the way to our OT. Can Gambit
won
get
that
4
round?
more?
Oh.
Eco round for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, they decided to rush.
What you want to see here, but again, they
So
have
that was
some
a little
time,
odd.
right? Like they have some room to work with, although the margin for error is getting smaller and smaller. It's still
Tuna
there.
could win this round.
Dude,
Clear
so
up
many people
mid,
do that as
clear up
Jet,
Heaven.
and it makes me
You know
so
they wanna
mad.
go
What
their
is
way. They
that?
got the Blade Storm.
They
Asuna
take out their
is
knives.
clear, right? And look at him, he's going all the
They
way
take out
to
their
the
knife
spot.
with their knives.
Meanwhile, yeah, Asuna gets
Oh,
one
yeah,
on
when you're on the
Chronicle.
stage.
Defo's
It
gonna
makes
have
me
to run for
so
the fences as
mad.
Chronicle turns
I think it's just
around,
a
or excuse me, as
I know
Asuna
it's
turns
habit,
around,
but, like,
reestablish
you're
back control of Heaven.
Like pretty much a
They're
Jet
going
main when
towards
you're
B,
doing this. Like
but
that's not
they've swapped spots.
not
Yeah.
good.
You've got Nats
There's
and
gonna be
Shadows
those
who are playing
times where you
back in
get
the
caught
garage.
in that
They
moment.
have the spike. It's all of theirs. They force this. They push this. Will they be able to get in? Asuna's going to be the first one.
Jesus.
Does he
Is he
go
gonna
up
kill
and
here?
everybody comes out low? It's not
think
going to
he
be
does.
that play.
Asuna.
They're just waiting for these to drop. He feels like he's got the flick, and it's not going to happen.
Nats.
Ethan now creeping in. Here's a reload. Sees one. Not going to be enough. Gambit brings it within 3.
we talked in the previous round about how 100 Thieves, they have a little bit of room to work with, right? You don't expect that to go their way. And yeah, they gave it their best effort. They had the blades from online. I like what they dialed up, worked their way back into defender spawn, try to wreak some havoc back there, flip the map. But I think the problem, as you said, was the spike was down in garage. Gambit saw it, right? They could squat on it, pitch a 10 around it, and they have no problems. But again, now 100 Thieves, they're in a much more comfortable position. Gambit are as well. They've still got a decent amount of money to work with.
Quick control over mid, at least
That's interesting.
to deter a fast push through.
That setup right
they
there.
don't want to give 100 Thieves that.
I don't quite understand it.
And they do actually get an idea that 100 Thieves is playing it a little safe here.
Do you?
Phantom shots from more than one gun come from mid.
The wall and smoke in mid?
That's enough to just play the defense and let him put two
I feel like the wall's
piling
good
into
enough.
ropes now. It looks like Gambit may want to make a push out.
Timing. Okay, so they understand that they've lost Heaven here. And they've got to swing out from ropes. They've got to swing out from ropes, but Hiko stops it! He stops it!
They won the game.
The aggressive push that was coming in from ropes that would have blown up the mid.
I feel like 100 Thieves does a good read on them.
Hiko.
They have so much map control, well, besides when they did that full rush for whatever reason, but when they play slow and they take map control, they always yoink it real quick. Uh-oh.
So they're going to start heading towards A, and Defo makes a very close shot on Steel
there.
to back up for
Oh my god.
Oh no, he got so
Oh,
I thought he got it.
Ethan cleans that up, but Shadows is there.
Oh,
Shadows is there at just the right time to stop that as well.
Shroud,
Things look so good, but now Nitro's off the
But
road, and
honestly,
he's
I
got the
see a
spike.
Nitro clutch here.
Shadows
He
is
going
weak. Chronicle's gonna show up, but he's gonna show up late. Now it's on Nitro. For him to have heroics, yes, it's been Hiko a couple of times, but can Nitro provide the same spark? Does he have the same gene? Spike continuing to tick down. Cosmic Divide has come out as well. Nitro dancing his way around.
Defuse is going to be quiet.
Yeah, and he's not going to hear it.
Like this is going on this angle.
All the way around. Shados has started it.
They're not looking.
And Nitro doesn't know. Shados has started it, and Nitro doesn't know. Shados has started it, and Nitro doesn't know.
Hello? Nick?
Right under his nose.
Right?
Lapse.
What?
Maybe a lapse. I'm not sure. There was no play towards
Maybe he thought he had
the
more
end, a
time
lot of
with the
time
sucks.
there. Gambit
The suck he
has
had.
Well,
the
he
ability
probably
to
didn't
fight
even
on
know.
He didn't know they were.
Yeah.
He didn't know they were
There's an
defusing because he was
inclination
behind the
there's
wall.
a the wall.
That may
Yeah.
happen once again, but they quickly get the defuse, knowing they may have that option. That the sound was deadened by the Cosmic Divide. Shados.
They were probably
absolutely
thinking,
playing
like,
out of his
why did he
mind.
give
And
us a
somebody
smoke?
You should continue to keep your eyes on here if you don't know who Gambit is.
He didn't even
Stage
I thought he
3,
sucked
high
there.
frags, and already here in the international
You could tell by the
landscape,
animation.
the same.
Lighter
you're
by
watching
coming out from
Astro.
100 Thieves here. 2 Spectres and a
Who's that?
Sheriff, and again for Gambit things have gone so well. They're
I'm
sitting
just
pretty
doing weird stuff.
when it comes to
In the
money.
crack, he's just reaching down there.
100 Thieves, but again, this is where experience comes into play, right? Like, this is where we've been there. We've had things like that happen before. Certainly a chance to make things happen, and the grit that Gambit have shown, refusing to go,
Justin, please,
I won't.
God.
refusing to fold.
Get
Now in a
out.
position to really push 100 Thieves to the brink. Oh my goodness, Nats anchoring down the site. He was able to get one, able to get a second as well. There's still 2 rivals and a Spectre.
Okay, they can't screw this up. Surely they win here.
There's a Viper ult.
Viper ult, they're suppressed, they have no ults. They have 2 Sky Flash, they got an op, whatever it is, that doesn't matter. Now Steel shouldn't give his life.
Shados
flashes
once again, the
too.
two
Okay, that's
alive
good.
to bring it back into Gambit's favor.
Defo's got an op, but we've seen that he has no problem taking these up close and personal op fights. Shadows drops down, nothing
Yeah, they're
doing.
fine.
They're all huddled
There's
up
no way they throw
in
this.
the Viper's pit. There's nobody going to be playing around garage as well. They're all huddled in on the site. They're playing it tight. Defo goes
Oh,
up
that's a
top.
good play.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
gets
a good,
spot on
that's
Steel.
a
No,
bad
Steel
play.
swings out. Defo's not able to land the shot. Steel
GG.
does it. Nitro
GG.
does it as well.
They've done
They
it.
were down,
Dude, that was a really
but
good
they
play at
refused
first.
to go quietly into
Thought he
that.
was gonna
Good
sit there
night.
for a
They
sec.
take down Gambit. They're going to the knockout stage.
I can't believe that. Let's go, NA number 1.
What a fucking comeback.
I never doubted them for a second.
Thieves find themselves moving to the knockout stage.
No, I
without
actually
being
called the
fully
G2.
tested.
What?
And what?
That's not the right
What
team.
about
The Gambit win.
Right? Like both of these
I never
teams,
doubted
I
them
think
for 1 second.
the
You never
one-
did.
one,
Yeah.
like,
I
as
doubted
a
them.
spectator who just loves watching the highest
Well,
level of Valorant.
EU
we're
just
watching
chokes.
together, Right? Like, there's
They lose,
so
they
much to
choke.
learn from both of these teams. 100
look at
Thieves,
this guy.
the story that they have, the pedigree of the roster,
chilling.
and how they've been built, and how are they going to do on lane? Yeah, we know they have the resume, but can they do it?
orange.
They walk
He's
in.
looking a little
They waltz in.
thick.